Hello there, everybody. And to start with the Halloween season, I'm going to be reviewing Marvel Zombies. So, Marvel TV shows have been off and on for me. I do like Daredevil Born Again, Loki Season 2, Hawkeye, probably a few others, but, the animated stuff has been kind of off and on as well for me. I love Spider-Verse. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man was pretty good. I reviewed that already. What If was, I like the first season, but the other seasons are just kind of a lot of wasted opportunity. And Eye of Wakanda, I honestly forgot I saw. I mean, it was well animated, but overall it was just fine. But now we got Marvel Zombies, which came out September. I'm not sure why it didn't come out in October, but I'm sure they're going to promote this for October for the Halloween spooky season. But this is that one timeline in the What If universe where the Marvel universe becomes zombies. And I gotta say, this is actually really good. I was actually pretty surprised by it, by the amount of characters there are, and a lot of gross gore that's just like, ooh. It starts off with a slow pacing, but it builds up towards a crazy finale. But we got a cool cast of characters. Like I said, we got Kate Bishop, Kamala Khan, Ironheart. We got the return of the Paul Rudd head, Scott Lang, Spider-Man, and he doesn't have the Sorcerer Supreme, but he's still Spider-Man. Surprised we didn't get him as a zombie, since Spider-Zombie. But the one thing we did get this special is a Moon Knight version of Blade. So Blade was supposed to come out in the MCU, but for some reason it kept getting delayed, and it still is as the making of this video. I don't know if we are going to get Blade anytime soon. I'm really fine if we don't. But I assume Muhammad Ali is playing Blade in this special. But they wanted to put this into an animated movie, but because of the Spider-Man rights, they weren't allowed to, so they had to break it into a TV show. Honestly, I don't see why it really matters. They could have just put it into a movie. But anyway, basically, our characters are trying to survive the zombie apocalypse. We basically get, what happened before the apocalypse. We see a different time of it. And we actually, I forgot to also mention, we do see Shang-Chi return in this, since we haven't seen him in a while. But I really like the dynamic between Kamala, Kate, and Ryrie. I think that's how her name is for Ironheart. But the sad thing is, Kate and Ironheart both die while battling the zombies when trying to go to the main base, and all is left is Miss Marvel, and that's where she does team up with the other characters to find a way to take out the zombies. But apparently these zombies some of them are getting controlled, so they don't eat the crap out of others. But when we do get to the violent scenes, it's definitely gory looking. I honestly, my only issue with this special is I wish it was gory all the way through. If we want to see zombies, we wanted to see them do a bunch of things, but I feel like we had to wait before we see the intense stuff. But when we do see it, it's it pulls off really well. But we also get a final tribute to Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther. He doesn't get any lines, but we see, if you don't know what happened in the What If special, the Spider-Man, Scott, and T'Challa were basically going to use the Mind Stone to turn everyone back, but of course it went wrong, as there's a zombie Thanos. I honestly thought they did this just to show a zombie Thanos, but the fight between them was pretty intense. And I was surprised Black Panther was tough to take out Thanos all on his own, because Spider-Man and the Paul Rudd head couldn't even take him down. It took what I mean by that is it took all the Avengers' strength just to take Thanos. But to see Black Panther take him down was so badass. And it was a nice, I was worried that Black Panther was just going to get eaten by the zombies. But no, he goes out with a bang by taking Thanos with him into the portal. But of course, the zombie apocalypse still goes on. But it was a nice farewell to Chadwick. Everything he's done, he goes out like a hero. That's what I really respect about this special. But when we do get to the final battle, when they all try to come together, it turns out the main thing that's powering all these zombies is the Infinity Stones, because they were scattered into the portal, and they set the Hulk to basically consume himself with the Infinity Stones, and he basically becomes an Infinity Hulk, and it just looks so badass and wild. I honestly wish we could have gotten more scenes with the Infinity Hulk, but the main villain of this whole special is Scarlet Witch. We get the return of Elizabeth Olsen. I first thought it was Jane Foster at first when I first saw her, but then I realized, oh, it's Wanda. But our characters mainly go to the New Asgard, and we meet up with Thor. And Thor basically sacrifices himself to take out Scarlet Witch. We first think she's a good guy, but nah, she wants to turn everyone into zombies. And she found a way to turn herself human, and it's a pretty wild scene. This is where we do get the bloody scenes of the zombies, and they just look so badass. But when we do get to the final battle, it honestly doesn't even end on a happy note. It ends on a dark note, as all our characters get vaporized by the fight between the Hulk and Scarlet Witch, and they basically create a WandaVision-like world, but for the Marvel zombies. And basically Kamala is trapped in this other realm where she sees Kate and Riri, and yeah, she's living in a fantasy, just like in WandaVision. But Kamala didn't appear in WandaVision, but I think you get my point. But yeah, that was Marvel's Zombies. A little short review, but overall, I thought it was really good. I don't know if it was my favorite of the Marvel animations, but it was definitely an underrated one. I wish we could have gotten more of that kind of stuff, like the horror fiend with Marvel. But hopefully we do in the future, since this is based off a much gory comic, which I've read a little of. And it's just like, ooh, it's intense. But I hope Marvel does more M-rated stuff, like with Daredevil Born Again, this, and Deadpool and Wolverine. The rated R stuff just really works with the Marvel Universe. So I'm looking forward to it for sure. But next for Marvel, I think we're just getting Avengers 5 and 6, and who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But I heard X-Men 97 Season 2 is going to be really dark, and Season 3. So there's that to look forward to, and Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So the animation side's pretty solid so far for Marvel. So I hope you enjoyed this review, and be on the lookout for more Halloween-ish reviews. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next